The situation at the southern border is showing no signs of easing up. Now the state of Florida is stepping up to help stem the flow of migrants into the United States. And that involves sending hundreds of Florida troops to Texas. Our Mark Wilson is here now to explain. So, Mark, bring us up to speed.
Well, it's not the first time he sent folks to Texas. Keep that in mind. Governor DeSantis said today that he's deploying members of the Florida State Guard and the Florida National Guard both to Texas. And the plan now is to help them assist Texas officials to try to get a better handle on the spike in undocumented immigrants right now that are crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. And this, of course, comes as the state of Texas continues to butt heads with the federal government. A dispute that stems from the Supreme Court's recent decision here to allow federal agents to remove razor wire that Texas recently installed along the border. Governor DeSantis argues that the states have the right to defend their borders regardless of what the federal government does, which is why he is sending Florida troops to Texas. And he says specifically sending the State Guard along with the National Guard because he said that's necessary for sovereignty.
Iran's president is responding for the first time to America's threats of retaliation after the deaths of 3 U.S. service members in Jordan. Those soldiers will be honored in a dignified transfer ceremony today, and President Biden plans to be there. Ed O'Keefe is at the White House this morning tracking all of it for us. Ed, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tony. Iran's president says it'll respond to anyone that bullies his country, and that solemn ceremony honoring those fallen American soldiers will be held this afternoon as the families are allowing it to be seen by the public. Speaking Thursday at the National Prayer Breakfast, President Biden paid tribute to the 3 soldiers killed in the Jordan attack, Sergeants William Rivers, Kennedy Sanders, and Breonna Moffett.
Overnight, the U.S. following through on its promise, launching strikes against Iranian-backed militant groups. Officials say they hit 85 targets at 7 different locations inside Iraq and Syria. These images showing the destruction. Iraqi officials say 16 people were killed and more than 25 hurt. In a statement, U.S. Central Command said the targets included command and control operations centers, rockets, missiles, and drone storage facilities that belong to the militant groups and Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps.
We believe that the strikes were successful.
The strikes, retaliation for the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members at Tower 22 in northeastern Jordan on January 28th. The reservist bodies returned to the U.S. Friday in a solemn ceremony attended by President Biden and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
Ultimately, my thing is, can we stop for a second and not let the next thing go on before we go? No. I'm not allowing you to move on till you tell me why Donald Rumsfeld is good pals with Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden.
Well, he was.
But I'm saying, can you tell me? Can you go from the point where we got involved with all this oil shit from the entire thing from Iran? The original Iran hostage crisis, which was about oil and about the Ayatollah and about that shit.
It was also about Muslim extremism.
To the point where, here's the thing, where we stop. This thing that still to this day fucks me up. How do we know that they have weapons of mass destruction? Because we sold them this shit. How do we move on from that? We have the receipt. We the ones who gave this fucker the weapons to kill Iranians. That's how we fucking know. Why won't the citizens, not the motherfuckers that's doing the shit, why won't citizens not let that move on?
But because that was what you did at that point. We were enemies with Iran. We weren't as big of enemies with Iraq at the time, so we supplied them. Same thing with Osama bin Laden. They were fighting the fucking shit out of the Soviets in Afghanistan, kicking their ass. Mm-hmm. We loved watching the Soviets get their ass handed to them.
Absolutely.
So we gave the Afghanis a shitload of fucking...
But what I'm saying during this, what you're talking about is what I'm saying is this. Me and you were friends doing fucked up shit. Now we're not friends. Now my war against you is not personal. It's some thing that just happened by the way, The fact is, we were buddies doing fucked up shit. Now, I gotta die, my kid gotta die, I gotta jump out of windows and shit because me and you are no longer friends, so there's a lot of collateral damage because I want a piece of your funky ass because you fucked me over. That's what I mean, is that this shit is some personal vendetta shit that's involving everybody and money and it's like, hey, Anthony, man, give me that money you owe me. Nope. Motherfucker. You know what? I'm gonna kill Anthony. All right, America, we gotta go kill this nigga. Why? Oh, cause of 9/11. We gotta go fuck you up. Cause the Lusitania. I'm gonna fuck you up cause of Lusitania.
Well.